One of the operations of this printing press is to comb the plate length first. Recomb plate width. What the board chief said, just to comb. It's basically the same length as that board. If the board is wide, you can add 1 more millimeter. Ours is a number in millimeters. Then enter the thickness of the board. Your board is not thick. At this splint distance, under normal circumstances, a 1.0 or 1.2 board is used. The thickness of your board. You can use calipers to card it. This is the speed of this scraper. You usually give around 60%. This is steel pad cleaning. You can give 10 or 100. After losing this number, just click this fixing plate. There's a retaining plate. Put that board in the position of the netboard. Point fixing plate. It will automatically pass and block. Check again if its board width is adjusted to wide. It won't clamp tightly if it's too wide. After fixing the board, just make this mark. Click on this second page. This place is marked. Mark settings. Turn on the lights first. See you again as a physical point. Just turn on the little light. What about in the case of that Numanon? Turn on the headlights a little bit, as long as he lights up a little bit. Then enter this mark parameter. How big is the mark you want to make? This is the size of the mark point. This is it according to this range. This range is this blue box. That's the range. This is. What if you give him a delay? Usually give around 500 or 1000, his arrival time at each point. What about this type? It means anti-black and anti-white. The choice of 0 and 1. It looks like this, if you mean. After you go in and set this parameter, you must click to confirm the parameters to be useful. You don't click to confirm the parameters. These numbers are not recorded. And then there's this record, the mark point. You can click on the location of this artboard to find it. Look for 4 corners per corner. You lose board length, board width. He can find any one of these 4 corners. Dot the first mark point. If I click this position, then my camera will go that way. He will go to the first point. Go up that corner. What happens when you get to this corner? You're going to tap it with your hand and with the mouse. In the middle of this black drawing board, you can move it anywhere you want. It can find the location of your point. After finding it, click right in the middle. Record this again. Coordinate points record Marquardt coordinates. Do the second one after ordering. Usually do this corner and this corner. Then you click this diagonal. Use that mouse to click the black dot. Click this corner. The camera will go to this diagonal. After walking to this opposite corner, you go again, just like the first one. Normally, it is found in this artboard. Find the center of that spot. After the center, record it in this mark to coordinate record. After recording, you can order whatever you want. Click this to pour mark 1 and pour mark 2. You can let him go at will. He's going to walk by himself. To mark 2 to mark 1. It will go by itself. You have identified it all. That is, this size includes its threshold. You turn on the lights. I'll demonstrate it now. Get on the board. Go in a board going. Then let's go back to the first page. Then I'll go into a board. Put this board in this clean board position. This sensor senses. After sensing it, point fixing plate. His board will automatically paddle past. Baffle past net plate. So after we're done in, he will return. My camera access will return it. Then you can confirm whether this board is clamped firmly. It's okay if he slightly arches a little bit. That's it. It's fixed. Then let's get into the book again. Click on this setting parameter. To mark 1. So we did it well before. This program is what I have done. Then you can see mark 1 here. It will show 28 on it. It will show that we use the black circle as the identification point. That white shows white here. It must be shown in black. If I were in this type, I lose 0. It turned white on him. So how do we identify? The middle is black. Then I must lose here and he will change. Lose and he turns black. The surroundings are cleaner. That threshold can be adjusted or changed. If this threshold is large or small, it will change. And the lighting also has a certain impact. The brighter your light gets, this threshold may have to be adjusted. You transferred him anyway. Basically, the surrounding area is relatively clean. You can identify. As soon as you identify, here's a green one. This green cross will be displayed. Prove that it has been identified. If it doesn't show this green, prove that it has not been recognized. Then we've identified. Then we click to confirm the parameters. Must order once. Click to confirm the parameters. Let's make a second mark. Then I'll go to Mark 2. You have its coordinates ready. You can go to the coordinates of Mark 2. Identify it again. Also identify once. Identify once. Okay, you can record it in this one. What is another function? We also have a column 1 and 2 after this one. When you do the Mark 2, parameters of Mark 2, you can redo it with a different size and a different size. You can either go around the hole or around a point. Anyway, there's a black circle in the middle. Whether it's point making or hole making, the black silk in the black circle are the ones we have recognized. One by one, it's the type. It can be changed here. So I'm going to lose our second mark. When doing the second mark information, here's a Mark 2. Then it must be loosed here. If you choose 2, you must use 2. This must be loose too. You're done. Suppose we are done with that point. All confirmed. Then we stop running. This is the top one in the upper right corner. Stop running. Click again and click again to reset the machine. So let's go back to the first page. Just hook this printing clamp and this hook for him. Click again to start printing. Push this board out. Gotta take the board away. Just take it to the position of the netboard. Click again to start printing. Point boiling water printing. It clamps automatically. Automatic photography. After taking the mark, it will automatically return when you click on it. The steel mesh will come down. What about after it's pressed down? Let's go to the steel mesh. There's a confirmation button for the steel mesh. You click. After the confirmation button is clicked, there is an I/O control. Click this fixing plate to fix the steel mesh. The steel mesh itself is not fixed properly. I click it and it will loosen or clamp. After you release it, align it with the steel mesh neatly. That's right, I'll go get that later. Take this fixed steel mesh and hook it up. Remove it and the cylinder will be clamped. After clamping, you can click this to resume printing. Restore printing this position and you can click it. One more question. What is it? This is it. This thing is destined for me. Formation of a scraper. The formation of this scraper is this iron sheet. You loosen the screw. It can be moved on both sides. It's moving left and right. Is it the same here? Then there is the strength of the knife under the knife. What about when the strength is different? Just adjust this screw. The force of the cylinder going down is too great. There is an adjustable one behind this one. There is an adjustable one at the back of this cylinder. Just adjust its air pressure. If there is anything else, take a look at it then. If you still don't understand, let's talk about it.